Your coming together is your undoing. Those lines, delivered by none other than Palpatine himself, sent chills down my spine. I've watched the Rise of Skywalker trailer maybe 10 times now at all sorts of speeds. It's truly a beautiful trailer to watch, as well as feeling very grand in scale, and a bit trippy if I'm being honest. For fun, let's just talk about some things I took away from the trailer, because there's a lot going on. First, there is zero denying that Palpatine is back in a physical form. What kind of shape he is in is up for debate, but because he is seemingly flying around in a Baron Harkonnen chair, I'd say he's on his last leg. I imagine the machine he is attached to is also the thing keeping him alive, which was a concept for Snoke way back in the Force Awakens days. So it's nice to see JJ mining a few of his older ideas, as well as combining his ideas with classic unused Star Wars concepts. Palpatine's throne in this trailer is directly pulled from Return of the Jedi concept art, and that throne is creepy looking as hell. I love pure evil Palpatine. Now, some people are saying that he's definitely sitting in his chair in that scene with Rey at the end of the trailer. False. You can very easily see parallax occurring where Palpatine's head is and where he's sitting against the floor as Rey takes a step back. I can tell parallax when I see it. Next, which I found very interesting, was what they showed of Kylo Ren. We see him emerge behind a wave, lightsaber ignited, making his way towards Rey. In the trailer, Rey expresses her frustration about people saying, "People keep telling me they know me. No one does." And Kylo says, "But I do." Look, I'm not sure what it's like to become pregnant, but the second Adam Driver said, "But I do." I was ready to have his kids. Kylo Ren honestly acts just like Han Solo in my opinion. The way he talks to Rey reminds me of his father, and the way he says, "But I do," reminded me of Han saying to Leia, "I know." Without seeing the movie, that line is iconic to me now. Adam Driver's voice is like a subwoofer, and everything he says seems to carry this gigantic weight to it. This intimacy between Kylo Ren and Rey, the fact that they have been in each other's minds, that they know each other on that level, is everything to me in this trilogy. It's my favorite thing. And I'd say it's being doubled down on in this final chapter very hard. Also, the fact Kylo keeps changing his grip to reverse grip with the lightsaber is very interesting. He keeps pointing his blade away from people, as if he's worried about stabbing them in the chest. Then there's this clip which seems to have ignited a ton of debate. This white room holds a shrine to what seems to be Darth Vader's mask. My guess, this is a flash fight between Rey and Kylo because of their Force bond that we saw in The Last Jedi. Rey is physically in that room aboard Kylo's destroyer, hence all the pill lights, all that kind of stuff, and due to the bond, he knows where Rey is. They fight, realizing their blades connect through space and time, and then accidentally break Papa Vader's shrine. Plus, if you watch this extremely slow, Kylo brings his hand up towards his mask, which I'd imagine leads to him taking it off in horror at the fact that he just shattered the remains of his grandfather, his idol. Oh, and Rey is holding a dagger in her hand. Cool. And the next thing I want to talk about is 3PO. I'm still surprised that this clip made it into this trailer. It makes me think that 3PO actually won't truly die per se by virtue of a memory wipe. Seeing that little clip of R2 shuffle around after 3PO puts his hands on him makes me think that R2 fixes C-3PO's memory in some way. And that's based off nothing. But I'm imagining us all thinking 3PO is gone forever. And then bam, just like in The Force Awakens, when BB-8 needed the rest of the map to Luke, R2 was there to save the day. And to be honest, I'm completely okay with this kind of stuff happening in Star Wars. It's always kind of been like this. Convenient things occurring. Welcome to a galaxy far, far away. What was really cool about this scene though, was we get to really see that tiny little Babu Frik dude doing his work. That thing is cute as hell. And that's honestly all I can say on Babu. It's the next Porg to me, a cute alien puppet thing. Now, one thing this trailer did for me was to force me to re-examine this image of a fleet of Star Destroyers from the previous teaser. I no longer think that this fleet is out in deep space. On the contrary, I think they're deep underwater now. What we thought might be a nebula is probably just murky ocean water, and the light is just shining through above. We see hundreds of these things rising out of the planet in this trailer, and I imagine that's what this Resistance fleet will be engaging with. These Death Star Destroyers, for lack of a better term, are menacing. I'm pretty sure that Zori Bliss is the individual piloting the Y-Wing in the trailer as well, trying to take out the laser cannon on the ventral side. And the reason I think this is that she is part of a Lego pack that comes with the Y-Wing. So yeah, I think that's Zori Bliss doing some Really good piloting right there. And we also see Finn and Janna riding on top of those Orbacs, but rather than being on the ground, they are on these rising Star Destroyers. And this looks badass to me. This looks like weird-ass Star Wars, the 80s kind. And also, if I'm being completely honest with everybody and myself, I like the Orbac's styling and look way more than the Fathiers. And it's just me though. So finally, this trailer wraps up in a way that I think is very important. To me, it sounds like Han Solo, Luke, and Leia make up that last phrase of this trailer, which is, "The Force will be with you, always." I swear to God that the male part sounds exactly like Han Solo. And honestly, to me this makes sense. I'm a Bendemptionist. I think Han Solo and Leia and Luke are going to be directly involved in Ben Solo's redemption in The Rise of Skywalker. They're going to let him know he's not too far gone like he believes, which we saw basically in the Snoke comic, and that there's always a chance to come back home to a family that loves him. I think we believe these lines are being said to Rey in this trailer, but are in fact towards Ben Solo after he's made his choice. I think Rey is looking at Ben Solo in this final image in the trailer. Not Force Ghosts, not Luke, not Leia, Ben Solo. I think in this image she's down inside of Palpatine's lair that we briefly just saw. She's alone, she's clearly afraid, and then boom, Ben Solo shows up to help her. Like I said about the Praetorian Guard fight scene, that was just a taste of what these two are going to do together. That's what I took away from all of this. Call me crazy, but this trailer reeked of Bendemption and Reylo to me. And not romantic Reylo where they're gonna get married, but that ever-present connection, that intimacy that neither of them can deny. Now, for the things that surprised me for not being in this trailer, the Knights of Ren and any Sith Troopers. We have seen the recreation of the mask in the teaser trailer for TROS. We know the Knights are standing around watching Kylo Ren's mask get rebuilt. My only conclusion to why we saw nothing of the Knights is because they probably have at most 2 to 3 minutes of screen time across the entire 155 minutes of the movie. I kind of hope this isn't the case, but then again, they are the backdrop. Kylo and Rey are the story, so I get it. They're just cosmetics. On the Sith Trooper front, I figured we would see at least one of these guys, but perhaps there is something eerily important about these troopers that we will find out in the film. Maybe they are all clones, or something weirder. I get keeping it under wraps, but I'm just surprised we saw nothing. The Rise of Skywalker looks like it's going to be trippy as hell, beautiful to watch, rewarding to us die-hard sequel fans in regards to Reylo and Bendemption, and hopefully this film has something for everyone to latch onto. It feels like J.J. Abrams and Lucasfilm are doing everything they can to bring us an epic final journey. If this movie makes me feel like I did while watching the trailer, I'm not sure how I will survive the entire runtime. I'm that amped up. So thanks for watching, everyone. May the Force be with you, and AT-AT is signing off.